Welcome student, I am Dr. Sujata Gadak. I am going to present here problem number 4 of topic number 8, analysis of financial statement. We can see here problem number 4. Now I read here, the following are summarized profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2016 and the balance sheet as on that date of Cipla Limited, Cochin. After that, this given information of profit and loss account and balance sheet. After balance sheet, given in this problem additional information which is average debtors 12,500, then credit purchase 40,000, credit sales 80,000, and then calculate stock turnover ratio, debtors turnover ratio, creditors turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio, sales to capital employed, return on shareholders fund, gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, then earning per share and operating ratio. Firstly, we are calculate here stock turnover ratio. We are calculate firstly stock turnover ratio. Stock turnover ratio is equal to cost of goods sold upon average stock. That means cost of goods sold amount in this problem is 1 lakh rupees. This is the amount of sales 1 lakh rupees, and opening stock amount is 10,000 and closing stock amount is 15,000. That means total stock amount 25,000, and we calculate average stock. That means opening stock plus closing stock upon 2 is equal to average stock. So we put the value firstly sales or cost of goods sold. Amount of cost of goods sold is 1 lakh rupees, and then after that average stock, that means opening stock 10,000 and then closing stock 15,000, total amount 25,000 upon 2. That means 1 lakh upon 12,500. When we calculate 1 lakh upon 12,500, we getting answer 4 upon 1. That means stock turnover ratio is 4:1. Number second ratio, debtors turnover ratio. B point, debtors turnover ratio. Formula of debtors turnover ratio is credit sales upon average debtors. In this problem, given information about credit sales 80,000 and average debtors 12,500. Put up value into formula 80,000 upon 12,500. We are getting answer is 6.4 upon 1. That means debtors turnover ratio is 6.4:1. Next, creditors turnover ratio. Creditors turnover ratio is equal to credit purchase upon average accounts payable. Okay, credit purchase amount is 40,000, we can see here, and then average account payable, that means creditors and bills payable total amount. Creditors amount 25,000 and bills payable amount is 15,000. So total average account payable is 40,000. 40,000 upon 40,000, that means 1 upon 1. Hence creditors turnover ratio is 1:1. Then D ratio, working capital turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio formula, sales upon working capital. Okay, sales total amount is 1 lakh rupees. We can see here trading account credit side, by sales amount is 1 lakh rupees. So we put up value of sales into formula, and working capital, that means current asset minus current liabilities is equal to working capital. Current asset in this problem we can see here, stock amount 15,000, debtors amount 15,000, bills receivable 12,500, and cash at bank total amount is 17,500. That means total 60,000. This is the current asset amount. And then current liabilities is number first, creditors amount 25,000, bills payable amount 15,000. That means total 40,000 amount of current liabilities. So 1 lakh upon 60,000 minus 40,000, that means 20,000. This is the amount 1 lakh upon 20,000, that means 5 upon 1. Hence working capital turnover ratio is 5:1. Then next one is sales to capital employed. Okay, sales to capital employee formula is sales upon capital employed. In this problem total sales is 1 lakh rupees, and after that capital employed, total share capital 1 lakh and profit and loss account 20,000. So capital employed amount is 1,20,000. So when we calculate 1 lakh upon 1,20,000, we are getting answer 0.83 upon 1. That means sales to capital employed ratio is 0.83:1. Next ratio is return on shareholders fund. Return on shareholders fund. Return on shareholders fund is equal to net profit upon shareholders fund multiplied by 100. This is the formula of return on shareholders fund. Then when we observe our profit and loss account, we getting amount of net profit is 20,000. So we put value into formula 20,000. Then shareholders fund, we calculate here capital employed, that means shareholders fund total amount is 1,20,000. So we are getting answer 16.67%. This is a return on shareholders fund. Then next one is gross profit ratio. Gross profit ratio, formula of gross profit ratio is gross profit upon sales multiplied by 100. That means gross profit amount is 50,000 and sales amount is 1 lakh rupees. We can see here 1 lakh rupees. This is a sales amount multiplied by 100. When we calculate these figures, we are getting answer 50%. Okay, then H point, calculation of net profit ratio. This is a net profit ratio. Net profit ratio is equal to net profit upon sales multiplied by 100. Then net profit amount given in this problem 20,000. So 20,000 upon 1 lakh rupees multiplied by 100. When we calculate 20,000 upon 1 lakh rupees multiplied by 100, we are getting answer 20%. That means net profit ratio is 20%. After that, we calculate next EPS. That means earning per share. Earning per share. Formula of earning per share is net profit upon number of equity shares. Net profit amount given in this problem 20,000 and number of shares given in this problem 10,000. Okay, so answer is 2 rupees. Okay, that means earning per share is rupees 2. After that, last ratio is operating ratio. Operating ratio formula, operating ratio is equal to cost of goods sold plus operating expenses upon sales multiplied by 100. This is the formula of operating ratio. In this problem, cost of goods sales, that means amount of total sales. Total sales amount in this problem is sales total amount is 1 lakh rupees, and when we minus gross profit into this sales, we are getting amount of cost of goods sold. That means 1 lakh minus 50,000 is equal to 50,000. This is the amount of cost of goods sold. And then operating expenses we are consider here. In profit and loss account, debit side given 2 operating expenses. When we observe this profit and loss account, number first operating expenses is administrative expenses 15,000, and after that selling expenses. This is the operating expenses 15,000 and 12,000. That means total 27,000 amount is operating expenses. Sales amount is 1 lakh rupees as usual and multiplied by 100. Next step, 77,000 upon 1 lakh rupees multiplied by 100. When we calculate 77,000 upon 1 lakh rupees multiplied by 100, we are getting answer 77%. This is the calculation of total ratio as per given problem So thank you much.